Welcome to Tech Wizard. Today we are going to discuss about the if-else decision-making statement. So if-else basically use to test some condition, to check some condition. If the condition is satisfied, then it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. Okay, so basically it checks the Boolean condition. If true, then certain action is going to be performed. If false, then other action is going to be performed. These are the types of the if decision making statement. You can use simply a if statement. Second type is if else. Third one is if else if ladder. And fourth one is nested if. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is if statement. So how it works, let's see. So this one is checking if, then you need to provide the some condition. If the condition is true, then the block of code inside this if condition is going to be executed. Okay, so this is how this if condition works. Okay, now let's see with practical example how this works. So let's have one class if demo1. Inside that we are having one main method, string args. Now let's say over here we are having one variable integer marks and we are assigning some value, let's say 50. So now here we can check that whether the marks is greater than 35, marks greater than 35. Okay, so this is what we are checking some condition. Okay, so whether the given variable is having this value or not. If yes, if marks is greater than 35, then we are going to print over here, or we are going to perform some action over here. So here we are going to print you are pass. Okay, so this is how if statement can be used. This is simple if statement. Okay, so here it checks whether the mark is greater than 35. If marks is greater than 35, it simply print you are pass. So let's save this program, compile this. It shows some error. Okay, so here I have made mistake in writing static. Okay, let's compile this and execute it. So here it shows you are pass because the value of the marks assigned over here, that is greater than 35. Let's assign 20 and execute the program. So in this case you can see over here it is not displaying anything. Why so? Because here we have written, we are checking some condition whether the mark is greater than 35. If yes, then you need to do this. But we have not written what if mark is not greater than 35. Okay, so if you want to do so, we need to add else block in this if condition. Okay, so here the above syntax which we have seen, now here we can add else block, and here we can write down the block which is going to be executed if the condition is not true. So it looks like this one, if condition, then this block of code is executed if the condition is true, and if this condition is not true, then this block is going to be executed. Okay, so let's apply the same thing over here. So we have over here checked that whether the mark is greater than 35. If not, then we write over here else block, and inside this else block we are going to print that if mark is not greater than 35, then print you are fail. Okay, so this is how we can write down simple if else. Okay, so now you can check that we are having a marks equal to 20. So let's execute this program. Now it will print you are fail. Okay, because marks is equal to 20. So this is how you can use the if else. Okay, so here you can see that it only checking one condition. Okay, whether the marks is greater than 35 or not. If you want to check multiple condition, that for example, if mark, let's start with the mark is less than 35. Okay, I want to check mark is less than 35. If mark is less than 35, then the student is fail. And if mark is not less than 35, then I want to provide some grade, that if it is between 35 to 50, then D grade, then 50 to 65, then C grade, 65 to 80, B grade, and so on. So for that, you need to use the if else if ladder. So how it works if else if ladder? So here in the syntax part, what we need to do, we have written this if condition. If this condition is true, then this part of block is going to be executed. Here after that, we can check the second condition. So for that, we need to write down else if and some condition. So if this condition is true, then this block is going to be executed. Otherwise, you can also write down the third condition. You can write down this third condition. And if the third condition is true, then this block is going to be executed. Okay, so here you can see you can write down multiple condition. Okay, and finally you can also write down one else block, which is if any of the condition above is not true, then only this else part is going to be executed. Okay, so this is how it looks. Okay, let's implement this over here in our program. So here it is marks equal to 20. Now let's check that if mark is less than 35, then print you are fail. Now at the place of else, we are going to write down else if marks is greater than equal to 35, marks is greater than equal to 35, and marks is less than 50. Okay, in that case, let's say marks is greater than marks is less than 60. In that case, we are going to assign some grade, let's say grade C. Okay, but what if, let me copy this block and paste it down to check the another condition, another similar condition. So if the mark is greater than 60 this time and less than 80, in that case we are going to provide grade B. Okay, and similarly if it is between 80 to 100, okay, in that case we are going to provide grade A less than equal to 100. In that case, grade A. So this is how you can check multiple condition. But what if the marks which is entered by user is, say, let's say for example 110. So in that case, none of the condition satisfied, all written false. So in that case, you can write down the else block. If any of the condition is not true, then this else block is going to be executed, and here it prints, let's say, invalid marks. Okay, so this is how you can write it down. So here we have assigned something like marks is equal to 20. Okay, let's execute this and let's see what this print. So you can see it printing you are fail. Let's change the mark to, let's say, 65, and now check. So this time it shows grade B, and now let's change to 85. So it should show grade A. Okay, so here you can see that grade A. So this is how, using the if else if ladder, you can check multiple condition. Now the last type is using a nested if. Okay, so nested if, how it works, let me show you over here in the second tab. So if condition, so it checks some condition, and if this condition is true, it will check the inner if condition. So this is called nested if. Okay, if inside the if. Okay, so if the first condition is true, then it checks for the second condition. Okay, and if the second condition is true, then it execute block of code. Otherwise, if this condition is not true, you can write down the else part of this condition, else part of this second if condition, inside if condition. Okay, so this block of code is going to execute. Okay, now what if the first condition itself is returning false? So in that case, you can write down the else part of the first if condition like this one. Okay, so you can see that if this condition is false, this else block is going to be executed. If this is true, this if condition is going to be checked, and if the inside if is true, this block is going to be executed, and if the inside if is false, this else part is going to be executed. Okay, so let's see the scenario with a practical example. So let's see, we are having class if demo 2, having main method public static void main string args, and let's say we are having two variable, one is age is equal to 20 and weight equal to 55. Okay, now let's check the first condition. If the age is greater than, if the age is greater than 18, greater than equal to 18, then I want to check second condition. If this condition is true, then I am going to check second condition, if weight is greater than equal to 50. Okay, if this both condition are true, then I am going to print some message like this one, that you are eligible, you are eligible to donate blood. Okay, so this is the second if this second if condition is true, this block is going to be executed. Now what if the second if inside if condition is false? So for that we are going to write down the else part, and in the else part we are going to print that you are not eligible to donate the blood. Okay, so this else part is going to be executed if the inside if condition is false. Now what if the outside if condition, this one, age greater than equal to 18, will be failed? Okay, so for that we need to write down else part of this if condition. Okay, so here we are going to print age must be age must be greater than 18. Okay, and close the brackets, complete main method and class. Okay, so now let's save this. If demo2, we have assigned age equal to 20, weight equal to 55. Okay, so it means this first condition will be true, second condition is also true. So in that case it print you are eligible to donate the blood. Let's see. So here it's showing you are eligible to donate blood. Now let's verify whether if we are changing the some condition, let's say for example, if age is 15. If age is 15, then our first condition itself is false. In that case, this will execute this else part. Okay, let's see. It shows age must be greater than 18. And let's say age is 19, but the weight it's say 45. So it means the first condition is true, but the second condition is false. So second condition is false, then it execute this else part. Let's see. So here you can see that you are not eligible to donate the blood. Okay. So this is what the variation of the if. There is a simple if statement, if else statement, if else if ladder, and nested if. In this various way, we have seen with the practical demo how you can utilize it. Okay. So if you have any doubt, you can put it in a comment. I will surely respond to that. And if you like the video, subscribe the channel and share with your friends so they can also get the benefit of the same. Okay, and do not forget to press the bell icon. So whenever I am going to upload a video, you will get the notification. So that will also helpful to you because I am right now running a Java series for the beginners. So you will get the knowledge for the same. So thank you for watching this video.